An investigation by Sky News and Liberty Investigates has found new evidence of more than 40 UK universities discussing Gaza protest activity with police or security organisations, and 28 universities investigating at least 113 protesters, staff and students for their pro-Palestinian activism.
We want justice, you say how?
Sufyan was one of those students who faced disciplinary action for attending unauthorised protests.
If a protest is authorised, that means we're confined by the limits of the oppressor, and we don't want that. We want to have it by our own terms, by our own boundaries, and that's what protesting has and should always be.
And in terms of police presence, I mean, there's a police van over there. I'm not sure if it's for this protest, but we saw security at the protest earlier. Does that make you feel safe on campus? They're here to protect you?
Not at all. I think we've seen it time and time again with security using extreme measures to monitor us.
The university have now dropped their investigation and say the right to protest must be balanced against student safety. But for Newcastle students, one date stands out to them for what they allege was an excessive use of force on May 29th last year, when they attempted to occupy the university's Armstrong building. Students and staff wanted to be interviewed anonymously, and the footage you're about to see was filmed by protesters who were there.
We scouted the building and took the building. We found out they'd locked the fire doors and a protest was called outside.
The university then calls police to the scene.
At one point, a few of us stood back and started to count the number of police. There were well over 50 police. Way more than I've seen at any point, I think.
As tensions seem to escalate, the police are seen attempting to carry a limp protester.
When I got to the protest, I immediately saw someone having a seizure. So just someone thrashing around on the ground while police are pulling them forward.
Northumbria police said that some protesters refused to comply and that they will not accept people using protests as a means to commit crime.
They got out their batons at that point to try and keep pushing us back and pushing us back.
If that's now how the police and employer are going to treat peaceful protests on the campus I work, that really makes me worried for the future.